In this video, we will see the use of brackets. First, let's see what are brackets. Brackets are the symbols used in pairs to group things together. So here are some of the examples of bracket. So we can see symbol in a pair of two. So these are the symbols used in pairs for grouping the things together. Now let us see how they are used. First, we will see how to simplify brackets. So in this, brackets would be given and we would see how to simplify the equation which has brackets in them. So the first equation is 8 plus 2 inside the bracket and then multiply by 7. So if such a bracket is given, then we have to first operate inside the bracket. First we have to solve the bracket and then we can operate the things outside the bracket. So in this, inside the bracket, two things are given. 8 is given and 2 is given. And there's operation plus between them. So we have to plus these two digits. So now let's see, when we plus 8 and 2, we get 10 as a number. So what we are left with, that is 10 into 7. Now we will open the bracket because we have already solved the bracket. So the answer we get is 70. Let us see one more example. So we have got 8 plus 2 inside the bracket divided by 2 plus 3 inside the bracket. So we have already seen that we first solve the bracket. So now let us solve the brackets first. So 8 plus 2 we get 10 and 2 plus 3 we get 5. So what we get is 10 divided by 5. Now we have already solved the bracket. Now we will open the brackets or we can remove the brackets. So 10 divided by 5 we will get 2 as answer. Now let us see one more example. The equation is 1 plus bracket open 2 into bracket open 4 plus 1 bracket close bracket close. So now we have got two brackets and one bracket inside the another bracket. So the bracket having circular shape is inside the bracket having rectangle shape. So when there is bracket inside the bracket, these are called nested brackets. So there is already a bracket inside the bracket. So this is nested brackets. Now in this case, what we will do is first we will solve the bracket which is inside the another bracket. So first we will solve the inside bracket and then we will solve the outside bracket. So when we solve the inside bracket, the equation becomes 1 plus bracket open 2 into, there is 4 plus 1 inside the bracket. So 4 plus 1 becomes 5. So 2 into 5. Now we can open or remove the circular shape bracket. So now we can operate inside the rectangular bracket. Now the equation what we get is 1 plus 2 into 5 become 10. So equation we get is this. Now we have already done the operation inside the rectangular shape bracket also. So we can remove it. So the answer we get is 1 plus 10, that is 11. So this is how we simplify the bracket. Now we will see the use of brackets. And we will see how to apply the brackets and make the equation easier to solve. Now we have equation 12 multiplied by 8. Now we can also write it in a way that 12 comes inside the bracket and we split the 12, that is 10 plus 2, as we can see. So the equation becomes bracket, inside the bracket there is 10 plus 2 multiplied by 8. Now we will not solve inside the bracket as there is multiplication sign outside the bracket. So we will multiply the outside digits separately with the digits inside the bracket. Let us see how. In this case, first we will operate on the first digit inside the bracket. So that is 10. So first we will operate 10 into 8 because outside the bracket there's operation multiplication. So 10 into 8, we will write it as 10 over here, 10 multiplied by 8. And now there's a plus sign, so we will add a plus sign between thereafter. So the second equation becomes 2 into 8 as we have done with 10. So now we will do with second digit, that is 2. 2 into 8 becomes over here 2 multiplied by 8. So the equation now we have solved it, 10 multiplied by 8 plus 2 multiplied by 8. So what we get is 80 plus 16. So there was plus sign inside the bracket. So we have put the plus sign between these two equations, 10 into 8 and 2 into 8. Because we are multiplying, so we multiply the digit 8 separately with each of the digit inside the bracket. So the answer we get is 96. Now let us see one more example. Now we have 102 multiplied by 98, which is little difficult to solve. Now let us see how we will use the brackets to solve it. 102 we can write bracket, inside the bracket 100 plus 2 and multiply by 98. We can write 98 as 100 minus 2 inside the bracket. Now we have two brackets, a bracket multiplied by bracket. Now what we'll do is we'll multiply the equation inside the first bracket, that is 100 plus 2 into the first digit of the second bracket, that is 100. So now what we get is 100 plus 2 bracket, inside the bracket multiply by 100. And then there is minus sign after 100. In the second bracket we have minus sign because we are opening the second bracket first. So 100 minus 2. So we get minus sign thereafter. And for the second we get is 100 plus 2 multiplied by 2. So this is the equation what we get now. And when we solve it further inside the brackets already that we have, then we get is 100 multiplied by 100, that is over here. Then we have plus sign inside the first bracket, so we get plus. Then 2 into 100. Now we already have minus sign before the second equation. So whatever term we get in the second equation, we get it with minus sign because there's minus sign before the whole equation, second equation. So minus comes, then we open the bracket 100 into 2. We get 100 into 2. Then there is plus sign. However, there is minus sign before that. So plus and minus becomes minus. So we write again a minus sign and then we get 2 into 2. So now it becomes little easier to solve, and now we can solve it as 100 into 100 becomes 10,000. 2 into 100 becomes 200, minus 200 we get, and minus 4. So there's plus 200 minus 200 get cancelled. So we get answer as 10,000 minus 4, that is 9,996. So this is the answer. So what we have seen in this, when we use the brackets, we can do the operations when there is multiplication or even with the division sign. When there is division or multiplication sign outside the bracket, then instead of solving inside the bracket first, we open the brackets and we multiply as we have seen over here. If there's division sign, then we can do the division. So this is how we use the brackets.